just this past week, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein has been out for a little while now, but it just landed on Netflix, which means the lazier ones of us finally got to see it. I was in my bed. And the most important thing, I believe, about this adaptation of Frankenstein so far is that Victor Frankenstein in this movie invented body tea.
Where is the berries that Dr. Victor Frankenstein goes to?
Excuse me, this man is born and he's immediately in a Herb Ritts exhibit. He's like holding a tire and like winking at the camera.
But also Oscar Isaac is ripped as hell in this movie.
But you know what he also is? He has long hair like this, and he's often wearing a pinstripe coat. He looks like Fran Leibowitz' stunt double for the first half of this movie.
Pretend it's a person.
Yeah. Yes. And remember when we watched that? Yeah.
God bless Guillermo for deciding we needed Oscar Isaac to have a eureka in the bath moment to get out and just run around and be like artfully covered.
Oh, that's right. We do get like an ass shot or something as he has a panic moment.
Did not need to happen, but I'm so glad it did.
Yeah. I would say this is not a shining moment for Oscar Isaac. I didn't come away taking anything from his performance that felt new for the character or that interesting. And I feel like the thing this movie really is lacking is interesting characterizations.
Yeah, I liked the melodrama of his performance. I thought that was interesting that he was so heightened, but unfortunately it did feel like nobody else was playing the game with him. Like, I don't know.
Do you think maybe Dr. Frankenstein is the real monster?
Oh,
I might be the
God.
first person to have this
Well,
thought.
you and a character and a character in the film who says it to him. It as his last words, he's like, I don't want to, can't be spoiling this
go
movie.
ahead.
So the brother is dying, and he goes, I've been afraid of you my whole life. You are the monster. And it's like, what? Okay.
You can hear the notes from up above.
But your brother is saying you are the monster. The brother was unaware of a creature that existed at all, ever. He didn't know that his brother had made a monster, and he's just saying you are the monster. What monster are you comparing him to? You don't know about the other thing.
He just had a feeling.
It was
he
so
was like, you're the
I've
monster.
read this book.
Yeah.
I will say I kind of like this movie. I think it really gets cracking after the monster is
Yes.
made.
Yes. Oh, no.
Like,
The,
yes.
the
Once
flip in POV is the best part.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There's no suspense. Like, I wonder if electricity is going to animate this thing. We all know where it's going. Get us to Jacob Elordi learning words.
No, once Jacob Elordi appears and you understand the character he's bringing to the monster, or just even the physicality he's bringing to the monster, then it becomes interesting. But before then, I even think the look of this movie, for the most part, felt like you were in like a Frankenstein escape room. Like it was all like pretty predictable, and like that thing looks like that, and just like even Guillermo's aesthetic was going to be predictable.
You're
I
like
think.
playing Mist.
Yes,
Yeah.
Crimson Peak unused sets.
Yeah.
I had such whiplash though. Like the Antarctica stuff, I found like so starkly beautiful, especially at the end. You're seeing like a lone sled go across and stuff, and the part in the laboratory looks like ass. It looks like she is university.
Yes.
It looks like she is from a
it,
butt.
it was very wicked, very wicked.
They even have that huge backlit window that is from Shiz.
Oh, but no, by the way, the lighting throughout this, it was so backlit. It felt like that Netflix standard of it has to be lit by this one way. People have to have weird shadows that, you only see kind of their nose.
His laboratory must have a giant comedy hole in the middle.
Oh,
like,
my
I
God.
hope no one falls down this. Charlie Chaplin should be roller skating around that hole. Like,
Those little pennies that you put in the fair.
not even a railing. Like, who is the building inspector in this area of Europe?
Yeah, what
to
was
allow...
that room for in the first place,
Yeah,
other
right.
than throwing Christoph Waltz to his death?
Also, now you've said his name. When he fucking shows up and like he's doing he's like Waluigi.
And
He comes in and he's like cackling and like obviously the bad guy,
Yeah,
and
Vincent
then
Price has arrived.
yes,
Yeah.
right, and it's just he's done this so many times before. Now I get it's like you want to cast somebody for these roles who's capable of doing them, but just every single note of what he brings is so. We've done this 90 fucking times,
And there's no payoff. No one
No.
ever finds out that he wasn't killed by the monster. No one finds out the way that he died. There's no repercussions for it. He disappears from the film. It's like he was a villain for 20 minutes. What is the point of that story?
I was kind of amused when he falls down the big hole, and then hits his head on the bottom. What happens is the way it looks is you think he's sort of falling into kind of like an abyss, but then no, Oscar Isaac just runs downstairs. And
Yeah.
Oh shoot! It's like real, like
Yeah, like,
America's Funniest Home Videos.
Did he really go to check on him?
Yeah,
Was he
right.
like, oh, I hope he's okay?
Anatomy of a Fall again. We need
Yeah.
to bring him to French court and
Yes.
have the prosecutor bring up why he's a huge bitch.
I also think one of the flaws with the first half of the film, and I hate to do this to a person who is probably, I don't want to ruin this person's life, but the kid actor was bad.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, this I actually think might have been saved a little bit if this actor was different.
I also think there needs to be a supercut of every time Gene Siskel and Ebert hates a kid actor. It's so because it's so. You can't just say you hate them. Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? You have to be like, I feel so bad, but like the prelude you have to give. But no, I mean, not good. Also, I'm surprised you like the Antarctic sequences. At least in the beginning, to me that looked like it didn't feel real. It looked like snow on a greeting card or something
It's
to
more
me.
the latter half of the Antarctic
Yeah,
sequences
it
are
looks better later. Yeah.
I also thought
well,
the-
also
the-
everything about the latter half of the movie is better. Everything.
The dog CGI in Antarctica was terrible.
Oh God! When all those wolves are
Oh,
attacking
my God.
Frankenstein, and he's like throwing them back and forth. Oh,
it was
it looks like
hard.
your aunt's like wolf's T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
When
know?
there are good dog actors out there, including the one from Anatomy of a Fall that they
Yes.
brought in.
I think we knew that dog's name once upon a time.
We did.
Yeah.
I only remember Uggy from The Artist.
Right,
May
yeah.
he rest.
Yeah,
May
that's
he
right.
rest. That child actor, though, his life was made, but he got to meet Mia Goth.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I didn't even, shamefully did not realize it was Mia Goth until I was leaving the theater.
Who on earth did you think it was?
I thought it was another actress. Anyway, I was like, wow, they really lucked out. They really lucked out that they found
No,
this
she was
lookalike.
doing her like Shelley Duvall ass thing
Yeah,
in this
yeah, yeah.
movie.
Coincidentally, Mia Goth is something that Jacob Elordi's character would have said
Yeah,
when he was becoming poetic.
that's why they cast her. He just said it
Yeah.
during an improv
Mia
session. They're like,
Goth.
let's call her.
I also have to be clear. I knew Mia Goth was playing Elizabeth. I didn't know Mia Goth also played the mother.
Oh, okay,
I thought that
okay.
was a different actress.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really is special. Though I feel like she was sort of asked to do like a McDonald's version of what she normally does. You know, it's like, oh, be a little spooky and just it feels like she's been married to Frankenstein for 15 years anyway.
She's a fancy lady, but she likes bugs.
Yeah.
So
I
she's
did-
different from the other girls.
I did like her long scenes with Oscar Isaac. I was like, oh, this is interesting. They're talking about this relationship is more depth, has more depth than I thought it would. But then she just sort of again kind of like disappears from the film.
Yeah,
also,
right.
Isn't the
surprisingly early.
surprisingly early, and isn't the whole point of making the monster to overcome death, and then she dies in front of both of them? And they do nothing with it. They're just like, oh, she died. And it's like, but you know how to achieve immortality. Like, what? go put some electrodes on her and save her. It's so crazy to me. What was this movie about?
Yeah. Also, I think another problem I have with this movie is at the point at which it gets really good, it starts to really resemble The Shape of Water.
Oh,
You know, like
yeah.
when you're literally in the kind of sewery environment and it
Uh-huh.
has that kind of waterlogged look. It's just like, it feels like when Tim Burton makes a movie like Alice in Wonderland, halfway through, you're like, did you actually make this before? This is actually redundant based on the past things you've put out.
Yeah, I was worried they were going to end up in Nightmare Alley.
Yeah. Oh, right. Which I still am in. It's like that was an interesting movie because it started out in one place and then you realize you didn't need the entire first hour and a half of the film.
At all.
Best Picture nominee.
And you didn't need Toni Collette, which unfortunately America
That's
is
how life
realizing.
is. That's how life is. Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing about this, a change that I do not like from the Mary Shelley original, our favorite 20-year-old author.
Yes.
She was the Lena Dunham of her time.
Mm-hmm.
That Frankenstein's monster is now like an X-Men who like heals immediately from everything.
Right. Yeah. He unkillable,
I was
etc.
interested in that. I thought I was screaming about I didn't know what this movie was about, but it's very clearly about fathers and sons and perpetrating the trauma that your father perpetrated
Yeah,
on
forgiveness.
you. Forgiveness and how it's stronger to forgive than to seek revenge and being alive while you're alive. But I thought that sort of the thing about the immortality was interesting because you really then do understand why he needs the companion and why he wants to die because he can't. But
This is a trend I don't like. Monsters in movies used to be Boris Karloff, moving very slow.
Yes.
Mummies used to be slow, Frankensteins used to be slow, zombies used to be slow. Now they can all run super fast and are stronger than anything. Bring back slow monsters, although I do love it in The Mummy when we get hot mummy Imhotep. So I take it back for that instance specific.
No, I would say that the movie Halloween is terrifying because he's slow but intentional. You know what I mean? Like you have to be frantic while he's not frantic.
I mean, that was kind of the whole thing of It Follows as well. Like the dread versus like this, you have no chance if Frankenstein gets you.
oh yeah.
But of course, the real conversation here is whether Jacob Elordi will get an Oscar nomination, which would be pretty unusual for this category, even though Best Supporting Actor typically does reward a lot of monstrous characters like villains in movies and things. But is the physicality, do you think, worthy of a nomination? He does also. I have to say, I am a little annoyed by the way this character talks in the movie. How he's always like, "Is it love?" Or just like he has just like 2 words to say every once in a while.
I think the movement work is like really good early on. It's bringing back to like acting class viewpoints.
Yes,
in a way
right.
that was
And you can feel the stakes with him because he's like very, venerated as sort of a matinee idol character, but he wants to be, like
Right.
Bradley Cooper and Jake Gyllenhaal. They all want to be the crazy guys secretly.
Also, the design of him is like both so like exquisite, but also looks like the VHS cover of Bicentennial Man.
Yes, important film. Yes.
Just really, what a choice.
It is, but it is sort of
works.
like marble statue is what I took away from it. Is that it's like, oh, it's the David or whatever.
a bit Fritz Lang Metropolis, so I'm going to go for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lowbrow one, the highbrow being Bicentennial Man. In this category before we have Willem Dafoe and like Shadow of the Vampire being like Nosferatu, but like also literally a vampire.
Yeah, right.
You have Martin Landau being literally Bela Lugosi.
Oh yeah, but I mean that was actually like a character role.
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Also, fabulous performance, and definitely Tim Burton's best work, I think. But I have to say again about Oscar Isaac and Willem Dafoe. Remember when he was in At Eternity's Gate playing? Was it Paul Gauguin? Also over the top. I feel like he has a problem reining it in sometimes.
Willem Dafoe?
No, Oscar Isaac.
Oh.
No, Willem Dafoe was great.
Yeah.
He was also 90 years too old to play Vincent Van
playing
Gogh.
a 26-year-old.
Yeah. I'm just getting home from school. I can't wait to paint.
I also, as we talked about the Grammys, I think for the Oscars this year, it is a sort of disappointing crop so far.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob Elordi gets in.
No,
because-
I hope we take this opportunity of not having a lot to really tout this season to at least kind of try new, interesting nominations that are actually worthy and not. This came up last week with Kyle, Isabella Rossellini in Conclave.
Oh, gosh.
When people aren't upset about that, are we not the same species?
She used the printer so good.
Yeah.
I'm coming from the future, though. I got to see an early screening of Hamnet, and the things you
God.
have coming. I had to be taken away like in an ambulance. Like the amount of like ugly crying my friends saw me do, I don't think we can come back from.
Oh, God. Well, also, is she the only nominee from that, or is Paul going to get it too?
Paul Mescal.
You think he will?
I think threat to win.
Oh.
Because it's
For supporting or lead?
Too soon. Don't do it, Paul.
it is one of those ones where like he is the male lead of the film, is in so much of it, goes away for a little bit like Kieran Culkin did, but gets to do like literal Shakespeare scenes where he's like teaching someone how to act better, and it's like, this is cheating.
You know who did that? Katharine Hepburn in Morning Glory, where she's an aspiring actress, and the way she sort of secures the actual Oscar she then won, she does monologues from Shakespeare as part of the character. So cheating.
But we are
What a bitch.
absolutely setting up a replay this year of Shakespeare in Love
Yes.
versus Saving Private Ryan, where the more emotional Shakespeare-y movie is going to overtake the auteur big movie of the year. But I think PTA, like Spielberg, will win director, and I think Hamnet's going to take picture and actress.
Well, but
Oh,
Hamnet, I
Chris.
mean, comparing Hamnet to Shakespeare in Love, this is like Shakespeare in Love that didn't take its Prozac. It's like, it's like, I wish Shakespeare in Love made me cry more. I already cry enough at Shakespeare in Love. I don't need another.
Wait, have you seen Hamnet?
No.
Okay, yeah. Oh, my God. You think it'll take Best Picture?
I think
It's not been said. You're saying
You-
crazy things.
you cannot underestimate the movie that hits you super emotionally, and anyone who is a parent, anyone who's lost someone, like the grief aspect
to all
of
the
this,
parents, to all the
children in the world, as Celine Dion once said when she dedicated a song to everyone who's ever lived.
So you're saying you're the Harvey Weinstein for this movie.
Yes.
You are going to
I
shepherd
am
it into being.
Pounding the pavement. We're gonna get a surprise nomination for Emily Watson.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, my God,
Joe
please.
Alwyn also is in the movie, right?
Yeah, he's around.
Tall, blondish. Yeah.
We can do your Hamnet episode now if you want.
Oh, please. Yeah. Zoom right into it.
Or that's just a Shakespeare in Love one. Yeah. I know something of a woman in a man's role.
By God, I do know about that.
I'm so sorry I brought my friends here today.
We need to be separated in class. That's our whole vibe.
Yeah.
Letter grade for this movie, I think I would say maybe a B-.
Yeah.
I think I am B minus.
Yeah. It just doesn't stick out to me as a Guillermo movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like he made any choices that even speak to why it's like his passion project. This has been his like longest term goal.
Speaking of that, I also think that may be why it's kind of disappointing because he has been working on this since 2007.
Oh my God.
And he said, he has this quote where he's like, once you make your dream project, it's done. You can't dream about it anymore, which was so sad to hear. But I also think because he's been thinking about it since 2007, it is his dream project. It feels like when you think about it that much, you come up with too many ideas.
Yeah.
And you just sort of are like, well, I had that idea 12 years ago. I got to put it in. And you put too many themes into the film that just sort of made it feel very diffuse.
Yeah.
I'm going to circle back to a Spanish opinion. Maybe Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is just like a normal movie if you're Spanish. This is like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah, right.
Just maybe the emotional pitch is something that we cannot, as not Rosalia's, sense. So I think in Spain, it's a B plus A minus.
Right. It's like playing on their TBS 15 times a day right now. Like How to Win a Date with Tan Hamilton or whatever. Yeah. My favorite movie. Today's episode is sponsored by Strawberry.me. Be honest. Are you happy with your job? Like really happy? A lot of us can't say yes to that. We're stuck in jobs we've outgrown or never wanted in the first place, but we stay. And we tell ourselves things like, what if the next move is worse? I've already put years into this. I can't afford to make a mistake. Or the classic, isn't everyone kind of miserable at work? But there's a difference between reasons for staying and excuses for not leaving. It's time to come clean. It's time for Strawberry.me. It's like therapy for your career. Okay, they match you with a certified career coach who helps you go from where you are to where you actually want to be. Your coach helps you get clear on your goals, make a plan, build confidence, and stay accountable. So don't leave your career to chance. Go to strawberry.me/keepit and get 50% off your first week of coaching. That's strawberry.me/keepit with our code. It's the most affordable time ever to find out if career coaching is right for you. Keep It is brought to you by ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol. Whether you're raising a glass to your team winning, catching up with old buddies back in town, or just trying to stay sane with a house full of relatives, how you feel the next morning still matters. That's where pre-alcohol comes in. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic Drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. So Halloween was just the other day, and I spent it celebrating. But I was around a bunch of friends who like to drink brown liquor, which I find to be among the more nefarious liquors. And I had ZBiotics with me, and I said, you better take this beforehand. And guess how they feel? Grateful. And not just because of my, sparkling personality and everything I bring to this life and all my other lives to come, but because they aren't in pain right now. Make the most of every toast, tailgate, and touchdown this holiday season. Just don't forget to bring pre-alcohol along for the ride. Go to zbiotics.com/keepit to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use Keep It at checkout. ZBiotics is backed with 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/keepit and use the code KEEPIT at checkout for 15% off. Though if I had to pick a favorite monster movie, honestly, I really
Charlize Theron in Monster.
Yes. I think I would probably go with the original Bela Lugosi Dracula. I love him in that movie. It's scary, but also, I don't want to say campy because he is frightening in that movie, but it's like we just used to have Hungarian faces in movies, and you would have to look at them.
I love Interview with the Vampire.
Do you really?
I think it's sexy. There is something not quite sexy about this Frankenstein.
Oh no!
Like
I don't think
other than Jacob, who is like hot. But,
yeah.
But there's the sexual tension between Oscar Isaac and Mia Goth is like never realized in any real way. And,
no.
But I Interview with the Vampire is just like, oh, everyone's fucking and everyone's hot.
Yeah.
And
actually, this Frankenstein movie, I could almost say it's for children.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not. I mean, it's like a bloody movie and a violent movie,
not
but
particularly scary.
No. Yeah.
And also we get Antonio Banderas in Interview with the Vampire.
Yes.
Which makes me think that Spain is more suited for Draculas than for Frankensteins.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Guillermo del Toro's Dracula
Nice
would be something I'm
discernment.
more interested in. Does it count as a monster movie? I think it does. The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, never seen it. Never seen it.
The 70s
Kevin
one,
McCarthy?
also great.
Oh, yeah.
Just the kind of terror that like anyone near you could be a monster, I think, is the thing to me that's like maybe society's the monster.
Oh, so yeah. Oh, okay. Also, American Beauty.
Oh, yes.
Where, capitalism is the monster.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, mhm.
Chicago, yes, where Razzle Dazzle is the monster.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All's fair.
Yes.
Where I guess Naomi Watts is the monster.
Now, speaking of actresses, Elle Fanning is back in this. What is it?
Sentimental Value
Yeah.
is the Joachim Trier.
Joachim Trier?
It's like three
Joachim,
syllables.
Joachim, yeah.
Joachim Trier new movie with Renata Reinsve and Stellan Skarsgård. I saw the other week. It's exquisite. I think Renata is like a lock for a nomination. Elle Fanning was actually the biggest surprise for me. She has to play an American actress who's dropped into this kind of like Norwegian passion project that Stellan Skarsgård is making. They turn it to being an English language movie, and she's like trying her best but not really getting there. And she has to deliver like a monologue that has to be both good enough. They're like, yeah, she's actually did work on this, but like not quite there. That I thought she like was walking on the edge of a knife with it and like absolutely killed it. It was a little bit of like Clouds of Sils Maria.
Yes.
God.
I was just going to say.
If our viewers have not seen Clouds of Sils Maria, it's a Juliette Binoche, Kristen Stewart, Chloe Grace Moretz movie.
But I'm glad to hear that Elle Fanning
Pulled it off.
pulled it off, because I don't know if Chloe Grace Moretz doesn't really get that moment in that movie.
Also, the weird thing about Elle Fanning is she's been in every movie over the past 30 years. She could be anywhere between the ages of 11 and 35. Yes. I have no idea. And it goes up and down. Give it like she was the neon demon for 2 seconds, and then we didn't know what that was, so we moved on.
She was Getting Beguiled with Nicole Kidman.
Right, right. She's in that. Yeah,
She's
20th
in
Century Women.
The Great.
Yeah, the
Hulu.
Great was sort of like her actual kind of crowning star moment. But otherwise, she's this weird case of somebody who's always around, but like you're never supposed to think about her that long. Like she did win that National Board of Review Award for A Complete Unknown, but then you're like,
right.
oh yeah, she was in A Complete Unknown. You know,
There's also, like in the way that Tiana Taylor's Oscar chances might be dimmed by All's Fair, like she's in Predator Badlands this same
Making
month.
$40 million.
Huge at the box office, like is gonna be out there in front of people in a way that will remind them of her and be like, oh yeah, I do like her, and she had such a big year. There's that sort of Oscar thing of like, well, they had a big year collectively. Like Kate Winslet doing Revolutionary Road and The Reader together.
Right.
Grace
Like-
Kelly being in all those Hitchcock movies, and then the Country Girl,
Nicole Kidman being in The Others and Moulin Rouge the same year, and then
and Birthday Girl, bitch.
and Birthday Girl,
Yeah.
and Gwyneth Paltrow being in A Perfect Murder and Shakespeare in Love same year. Yeah.
Right.
and-
That said, those are all like
Sliding Doors
really
also.
huge stars we're always talking about, and this is Elle Fanning. Like, oh, congrats, you did 2 movies. All right.
But it is huge, and the reviews for Badlands are amazing also.
Yeah, I am surprised at the success of Predator in that, like, if you had told me that Tron was going to be huge and Predator would
Right.
flop, I'd be like, that makes sense to me.
Right.
But it went the opposite way. I don't know what anyone has seen or cares about anymore.
Right. and like, do people care about those 2 things? Like, I've got to go see Predator.
Well, Prey, that the thing that Dan Trachtenberg, who did Badlands, Prey was a Hulu streaming Predator film that did incredibly well for Hulu, and I sort of like revitalized the Predator franchise.
Got
So that's whose hands they've trusted this IP with.
Oh, that's so important to me. I'm so glad you said all that.
Also, there is this funny thing in Predator Badlands that there is a tie-in to the Alien franchise. So Elle Fanning is a clone made by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, which is the corporation that is in the Alien movies,
yeah,
and is the
Alien.
bad company. And it's sort of funny to think that like now all sci-fi things just sort of like take place in one universe.
Are
There's just-
married? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there's just kind of
Specifically the Disney universe.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's like, okay, so Xenon Girl of the 21st Century was also Weyland-Yutani Corporation.
I am seated for Predator versus Goofy.
Yeah. I would see it.
Gosh, I love that.
You just saw a Goofy movie this weekend. Did you love it? The
The
songs of Tevin Campbell.
It is a perfect film, and it will come up during my Keep It.
Oh,
Better
good.
believe it.
Okay. Well done. I love when you segue. You work in showbiz? We'll be right back with more Keep It. Keep It is brought to you by Tavala. You know how sometimes you just stare into your fridge hoping something will magically cook itself? Well, Tavala might be the answer to your prayers. Tavala is a smart meal delivery service, fresh meals, and a smart oven that does the cooking for you. Tavala makes it so easy. You can just scan the meal's QR code, pop it in the oven, and it cooks everything perfectly. Steams, bakes, broils automatically. No guesswork needed. During Tavala's Black Friday sale, you can get a free Tavala smart oven when you order meals 6 or more times by heading to tavala.com/keepit and using our code KEEPIT. You know what I love most about Tavala? Even this past weekend, I needed a high-protein meal quickly before I went out for the weekend, and there it was, right for me, with an oven they sent me. Tavala's meals are chef-crafted and taste just like homemade meals you'd make yourself, just without all the headache. Plus, all of Tavala's meals are made with real, fresh ingredients. My favorite thing about Tavala is I just want protein. I'm one of those people who believes protein should be in everything. I want to open a book and find protein inside. And Tavala has these meals for me that provide me with the nutrition I need and on the go, because I hate waiting. And Tavala's smart oven isn't just for their meals. You can use the oven to scan store-bought groceries like Eggo waffles, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, and Amy's frozen meals, just to name a few. For a limited time, because you're a Keep It listener, during Tavala's Black Friday sale, you can get a free Tavala smart oven when you order meals 6 or more times by heading to tavala.com/keepit and use our code KEEPIT. That's a free Tavala smart oven when you head to tavala.com/keepit and use promo code KEEPIT one last time. That's TOVALA.com, and make sure you use our promo code KEEPIT for a free Tavala smart oven. Remember, with Tavala, dinner is taken care of. Keep It is brought to you by OneSkin. Now, if you're like me, your skin needs some extra care this time of year between colder weather and the holidays fast approaching. It can feel like nonstop stress to your system. That's why I've continued to rely on OneSkin. You know how much I love their sunscreen, and it's been invaluable to have a daily routine that delivers both powerful skincare and longevity benefits, all in just a few simple steps. At the core is their patented OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to target senescent cells, the root cause of wrinkles, crepiness, and loss of elasticity, all key signs of skin aging. And these results have now been validated in 5 different clinical studies. Known for cult skincare favorites like OS1 Body, OS1 Face, and OS1 Eye, OneSkin stands out for their science-first approach to skin aging, delivering hydration, barrier support, and powerful longevity benefits in every product. All of OneSkin's products are designed to layer seamlessly and replace multiple steps in your routine, making skin health easier and smarter at every age. OneSkin also just launched their limited edition holiday sets, including the Nightly Rewind gift set, which is one of those rare gifts that's both impressive and genuinely useful, providing an upgrade to anyone's nightly routine. Featuring their best-selling face moisturizer, their new peptide lip mask, and a new cooling gua sha tool, each component of the set is designed to work together as your body enters its natural nightly repair mode, helping renew skin at the cellular level for a stronger, smoother, and more resilient skin. Now, for a limited time, try OneSkin for 15% off using code KEEPIT at oneskin.co/keepit after you purchase. They'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. And now it's time for our favorite segment of the episode. In fact, still the only segment of the episode with a name, so it would be hard for any other segment to be your favorite. It's Keep It. Gus, we'll start with you. What is incensing you this week?
All right. So
I see you brought your Harriet the Spy Moleskine notebook to help you.
It's so embarrassing, but I have so many problems with my Keep It that I have to bring them up. Okay, and I think that this is something that both of you will also be incensed by, but my Keep It is first reaction screenings before review embargoes come up. Influencer screenings of films where studios will invite people, journalists, and also not journalists, influencers and creators to screenings and offer them merchandise and say, look, you can post your first reaction to the film, but it cannot be a review. AKA, it cannot be critical of the film.
Right.
And you have to say, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, and I love my Wicked lunchbox or whatever you got. And it is so confusing, I think, to people who are not in the industry to see these reactions be posted by like Variety and Deadline and Hollywood Reporter being like, okay, I hate to pick on this movie, but like Wicked Part 2 is the greatest sequel since Godfather Part 2. And it's like, okay.
Oh, I'm so sure they saw both.
This was an actual reaction that was posted on Variety. And then last year, somebody, I think it might have been the same account, said Gladiator 2 is the greatest sequel since Godfather Part 2. And not every sequel is Godfather Part 2. A Very Brady sequel was not Godfather Part 2. I just don't think that we can have these things that are sort of devaluing film criticism, devaluing actual reviews and critical things of movies. They're firing the film critics at Vanity Fair. They're firing the film critics at the LA Times, and they're firing critics at New York Times. And it's like, because those things don't matter anymore, all that matters now is, I don't know, goosing a Rotten Tomatoes score by elevating these people with not that many followers, sometimes a lot of followers, but people who won't say anything bad about a film to get them to qualify for Rotten Tomatoes. So then your score will be higher. Anyway, that is my biggest problem. The Deadline piece that was talking about Wicked was also paired with an exclusive interview with John Chu. And it's like, you wouldn't have gotten that interview with John Chu if you had said something critical about the film. So it just kind of, they are gatekeeping access to these films with, you have to say something bubbly and positive about a movie that you may not have liked. And somebody out there is going to think that this is the best movie since Godfather Part 2, and we just can't have that.
And by the way, they have extra incentive to say something positive because that means they get lots of retweets, etc.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like a mediocre or half-hearted review is not going to gain traction, really.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas this, all the Stan accounts, which are endless, namely when it comes to a movie like Wicked, will keep it going in perpetuity. You're right. This totally sucks. I mean, it's like I can't even begin to talk about how much I hate this because, again, it is a pleasure to read film reviews. It's a pleasure to read somebody who has seen other movies, for instance, besides The Godfather Part 2, can talk about other sequels. I can't believe you came for a very Brady sequel on my podcast. Leave
Also,
Christine Taylor alone, fucking monster.
Something that angers me is like, people who work in the industry, very smart people, like fall for this.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
many people are like Donald Trump. Like many people are saying, like that
Right.
this movie's amazing. It's like, who are the people? It's not Pauline Kael.
No. It's at Wicked Fan 420. Like, and they got their Wicked blanket or whatever. And I also think that this is incentivizing these younger people who may want to get into film criticism, these influencers and people, to only have positive takes on films and understand that they won't get access to these things unless they pretend to like the movie. Whereas if we are eliminating these, I don't mean to gatekeep film criticism, but if we are eliminating these people with experience and with degrees in film and in criticism, like these younger people won't see the language and the have this sort of inspiration of reading these people's experience and reading these better reviews and learning how to talk about movies again.
Yeah.
They'll only know how to say, like,
Stan language.
yeah, oh my God, it was amazing, slay, wow.
Right. And I mean, also we need to just get rid of the word amazing. Yeah.
Donatella Versace's least favorite word in the English language.
Yes, precisely.
Yes.
Oh, she's routinely right, namely about The Shape of Water. Look up the video. Chris, what is your keep it this week?
Okay, so I took my beloved son, Army, 5 years old, to see a Goofy movie for the first time this weekend at the New Beverly. We had an amazing time. We were trying to train him in film criticism, talk about it afterwards at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And he says, Dada, I liked it. I think it was a little bit long, though. A Goofy movie is 78 minutes long.
Fuck your son.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah.
Army, what would you trim out of those 78 minutes? So this is my keep it is everyone now thinks it's their original take. Like, movies should be shorter. Every movie should be 90 minutes. And like, yes, I love a tight 90-minute movie. Notes on a Scandal I rewatched the other night. It slays. But if you're going to tell me that, what would you cut? Like, Frankenstein is a half hour too long. I would cut a lot of the laboratory stuff where we're assembling him and sewing him and figuring out electricity. We know about that. We can cut through that. And also,
stuff with the kid at the beginning. Yeah.
some movies should be long. Like, the goblet should be the shape that presents the drink in the best way. I know Lewis would like Jean Dielman to be 8 minutes long.
Yes.
But the whole point
If you
of
haven't
that...
seen Jean Dielman, my God, she is cutting up carrots for 3 hours. Go ahead.
The whole point of it is that it's long. Also, what are you aching to get back to in your life? Everything is bad out there. You're in a... I go to the theater all the time to get away from mommy time at home. And having my phone off and being there for an extra 30 minutes, I'm living, mama. Like, let's enjoy long movies. If you like movies, you should like having more of them. But similarly, like, back up your criticism with something. Like, it's so facile to be like, yeah, take out 20 minutes. Like, get in the editing bay with Film Machine Maker and figure out what 20 minutes are. It's like when people say, oh, Lindsay Lohan should have been nominated for an Oscar for Mean Girls. Like, who's she taking it from?
Right.
Catalina Sandino Moreno?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, her in the lead actress category.
Are we
that year.
terminating the Vera Drake nomination?
Yeah, Imelda Staunton. Yeah, speak now. Well, also, I mean, I feel that way when people say anything is too long. When people are obsessed with, like, the Oscars being too long, it's like, so which of these categories from actual artisans should we be getting rid of? And also, again, it's like, what do you then want from the Oscars? You know what I mean? Like, if you are obsessed with it not taking too much of your time, why?
It's kind of like we live in, like, a checklist culture of, like, I completed things. Like, I saw that, like, but you're not enjoying being in it. You're waiting for it to be over.
Right. So you can
you can
collect
be
it in your bank.
Yeah, and then post or tweet about it.
Yeah.
Like, just riff live, laugh, love inside Frankenstein, mama.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole point of movies once upon a time, these like epics, was that you would stay at the theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you'd have
Like-
air conditioning.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
You know, like David Lean existed, so you could just be in desert for like 5 hours.
Also, I know the commentators are going to be like, I have a small bladder or whatever. I'm giving you permission. Go to the bathroom.
The bathrooms
Yeah.
are right. They have bathrooms.
Pick things up from context clues.
Peeing is a short activity. You can just go and do it. Yeah.
I also feel like they often like producers of the Oscars are like, we're gonna give the Oscars to producers who like don't come from film, haven't done the Oscars before, because we want to like invite people in who aren't fans of the Oscars. It's like those people aren't gonna watch. They're not gonna
Right.
watch anyway. Shortening it is not gonna get people to watch. Adding the Flash enters the speed zone Oscar is not going to get people to watch the Oscars. Like,
We
and
can
it's going to devalue the Oscars altogether.
Yes.
Then the award will mean less.
Yes.
we can preempt the very special Kimmel on after the Oscars. We'll just cut Lewis's segment, Virtel it like it is, from,
Yes.
and then we can see someone accept their best makeup and hairstyling Oscar.
Allow me to volunteer. Yes. No. I want that woman to go off. Yes.
but you should want more of the things that you like. Why would you want less?
Yes.
This is famously old Hollywood story. Michael Patrick King comes out of the editing bay for Sex
oh,
and the
yeah.
City 2, having been in there for like weeks, and he's only cut like 8 minutes from the movie. And someone's like, I think it's still a little long. He's like, you like Sex and the City, right? Why wouldn't you want more of it?
True.
And
But
it's
what
like
I would
the
cut from Sex and the
Iliad
City
long.
2 is they sang the entirety of I Am Woman.
Right. Yeah.
Karaoke
Yes.
from
Yeah.
beginning to end.
Right.
That's what I would cut.
We have differences that way. My keep it this week is about the shirt I am wearing, which this is a podcast. If you're not listening to the podcast, you can't see what I'm wearing, but it's a shirt that says Elizabeth Taylor on it, and it in a sort of in an orange hue that a white person can wear. There's no other. It's like burnt orange. Anyway, I have worn this several times now on the street. Adults will say to me, will point at it and say Taylor Swift. I get to explain to them that Elizabeth Taylor actually predates Taylor Swift. I checked the almanac, and she came before Taylor Swift. Now, I had to be somewhat grateful to Taylor Swift that on this album, The Life of a Showgirl, she has a song called Elizabeth Taylor. She apparently read the first paragraph of the Wikipedia of Elizabeth Taylor. She's aware that she did a White Diamonds commercial, right? So camp value.
Yeah.
Had violet eyes. There's a joke about cried my eyes violet or whatever. And that's really where the comprehension ends. Here's the thing. I am like a gay man of a certain age. You should assume I know who Elizabeth Taylor is. In fact, get this. We used to assume gay men knew stuff. You know what I mean?
There is a portrait of Elizabeth Taylor at the Abbey.
Yes.
Like, gay men know who this woman is.
And she would go there and hang out, and you'd be like, this is so frightening. What are you doing here? Why are you in a wheelchair? Get out of here. There's a go-go dancer.
Go home, be safe.
Yeah. But like, no, once upon a time, you'd come out to like your mom, and then after the evangelical screaming, she'd be like, oh, good, now I can figure out this garden. You know what I mean? Like, gay men were like supposed to be like the keepers of knowledge of like artifacts and things.
Yeah, we were like the Giver. We were that person.
Yes, my favorite Meryl Streep movie. But I was thinking now, what is this generation's like gateway into Elizabeth Taylor?
Well-
like, is it just Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? What else would they watch?
And-
National Velvet?
Well, and that she was married a bunch, like
Yeah.
the Liz and
Yeah.
Dick of it all, like the Lindsay Lohan vehicle. Bringing it back to All's Fair, because it's
Yes.
apparently the only thing I talk about. Kim Kardashian getting the diamond, like, it belonged to Elizabeth Taylor. And I'm like,
Well, she's obsessed with Elizabeth Taylor also.
Right.
but I'm like, is she?
Yes,
is
no,
she?
it's the same sort of she, I think, probably is like married a bunch of times, divorced a bunch of times.
Do the words Raintree County mean anything
No,
to
she's
Kim
never heard of
Kardashian?
it. Suddenly last summer, she doesn't know fucking jack shit. How about that? Yeah, Butterfield, just anything. I would like someone to have one kernel of information about Elizabeth Taylor that wasn't regurgitated to them via Taylor
Well, I
Swift.
wonder, is it because Elizabeth Taylor never did like a big IP franchise thing? I mean,
Yeah.
there's no sort of there's no Sound of Music for her. There's no like
Right.
thing that you show your children.
The only thing is being at like Michael Jackson's wedding, which that does feel like a Marvel super team of the weirdest people who
Sure.
ever lived.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Alien vs. Predator versus Martha from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Oh yeah,
And
they
she
perish
cleans
immediately.
the floor with that.
That's
Yeah, and makes fun of their drinking, yeah. And how they'll never be academics.
I guess, I mean, Cleopatra is probably one of her most famous things.
Yeah,
but I
which-
don't think kids are watching that.
No.
Talk about something that's long.
No, imagine sitting through that.
Yeah.
I was at Din Tai Fung at Westfield Century City the other day, and I, as a gay man, was explaining, like, Century City only exists because Cleopatra flopped so hard.
Yes.
They had to sell off part of the lot.
And they were
And
like,
people
sir,
were like, keep talking, please.
yeah, they're like, sir, you actually need to die of old
You're
age
sitting
right
alone
now.
at the bar. People are waiting.
Yeah. You were like Blue Jasmine, just like talking to yourself.
Tip big, boys. Tip big.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here and for talking so slowly so that everybody could understand.
Thank you for indulging our folie à deux.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's crazy. This is your first time here. Thank you. Ladies, where can we find you on social media?
I am at Hickey Leaks. It's a pun on WikiLeaks that I thought would be relevant forever, and for some reason I'm stuck with it now. So
That is tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
On
And
Instagram.
Chris?
I'm at Schleicher Run. It's a pun on C-Spot Run that is forever. At, X, Instagram, wherever you want to get my takes on Raintree County.
Yes, which also has Eva Marie Saint in it, right? Happy
I-
101st birthday.
Yeah, I was about to say not may she rest. She will never. She'll outlive us all.
No,
Well,
she's
we-
doing like front handsprings right now.
We also need to say, R.I.P. to Sally Kirkland.
Oh.
I mean,
Sally Kirkland, Best Actress nominee in 1987. In a year of towering, iconic performances, she was up against Sharon Moonstruck, Holly Hunter in Broadcast News, Meryl Streep in Ironweed, and Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. And she's in a movie called Anna that I'm sure people have never heard of. She is really, really good in it. And she won the Golden Globe.
yeah, and she fully was in the conversation of that year. Like,
Yeah.
she actually truly slay. And Polina Poroskova also is good in
Fabulous.
that film.
Fabulous.
Let's look into the cause of death. I suspect Polina Poroskova. She had it out for her in
She
Anna.
did have that
Yeah.
gun in Anna.
Right. And then for like the last 30 years, she's been performing in cabarets in like the Valley somewhere, Sally Kirkland. Anyway, may she rest. Fabulous performance in Anna. We will be back next week with more Keep It.